Well, hello everybody. Patrick Batty here, and today I'm with a friend of mine, Sean Donahoe. How are you, Sean?
Doing good. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing good. Having a great day today.
It's good.
Um, for those who don't know you, I thought I'd just take a quick minute to tell the folks about you. You're kind of one of the internet marketing pioneers. You've been around the industry, what, for about 10 or 12 years now? Is that right?
Quite a while, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Working with corporations all the way down to every person that wants to try and launch a business and run a business online.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I know, especially for the last number of years, you've been, creating a lot of products, right? A lot, product after product, and a lot of courses as well.
yeah, we kind of specialize a lot in, well, my goal is to help everyone that needs to be helped. So we have training courses. I speak all over the world as well. Teach SEO experts to be SEO experts. Teach people how to run businesses. I used to do a lot of kind of Fortune 500 consulting, but they kind of got bored and burnt out on that because they don't listen. They don't get it like people like you and I do. So I wanted to kind of take my skills and everything that I've done for myself and that I've done at the corporate level and bring all of those skills and strategies to everyone else who, again, like you and I, who want to run a business online, live the ultimate lifestyle. I mean, both of us working very happily from home, living the dream, so to speak. My commute is from my bedroom to my office, which is about 20 feet, and my only traffic is a dog. So that makes my life very, very simple. I mean, I've
Yeah.
been very, very fortunate to have achieved the level of success I have and been able to help as many people as I have. I mean, I think we did a kind of calculation the other day that we have helped over 50,000 students in the last few years, and that's an incredible achievement. We're very, very proud of that. But
Yep.
at the end of the day, people need help. People have like roadblocks, like traffic, or getting their stuff ranked, or converting traffic into actual cash. How to actually make money from your business. I mean, whether you're an affiliate marketer or an offline marketer, or you've got clients and you want to try and help them with their business, but you need the extra tools and skills and resources. And
Yeah.
that's where I
We,
really come from.
well, I've known you for about 2 years, and I have a 30-year sales and marketing background in the software industry, but I only went into internet marketing and working for myself, oh goodness, I guess about 2.5 or 3 years ago. And that's actually fairly soon after that was when I discovered you. And I was one of your students, and for me, I just got a lot out of it. And frankly, it helped me build now 3 different internet marketing businesses. Your SEO training prompted me to, become one of my businesses is an SEO business.
Well,
And
there
so
you
I
go.
have clients now, and frankly, had I not, I would have got started somewhere anyway, but your training was great, and it got me onto that start. And I won't go into the other businesses I'm doing, but I mean, that's why I even, like to talk to you like this, because frankly, I'm very grateful for the training that I've got from
You're
you.
welcome. I'm
Yeah.
glad. Here's the thing. I actually had another. Well, we've helped loads of people over the years, and obviously people have different levels of success because they have different levels of commitment to their business, and you're one of the people who took action. I actually just heard from a member that I hadn't spoken to before, actually based in Australia, and they're running a business, an e-commerce business. And again, right out of the blue, they just wanted to touch base and say hello. So, me being very open, I said, hey, what can I do for you? And they said, oh, we've created, yeah, I just wanted to thank you so much. We've just hit $300,000 in the first month of this year.
Wow,
And
goodness.
I was like, what do you do? Because I've never spoken to this person. Said, we've
Yeah.
been applying your strategies for the last year, and we've already had our first $300,000 month. And it's all thanks to the training that you, and I've never spoken to this person. Didn't know
Yeah.
this person as part of our inner circle.
Yeah.
Patrick is a member of our inner circle, for example. And
Yes, I do.
that's what we do. I get stories like this all the time. People have
Yeah.
literally quit their job and now said, yeah, now I'm living the dream and everything else. So
Yep.
it's so
Yep.
rewarding when you know that what you do. I mean, I do this release these products and training and everything else. Yes, it's great income. It's not my main income, but I do it because I love what I do. I love being able to give I love to be able to
Right.
share all these strategies that I do. I mean, we're here talking about PinkFresh today, which is another strategy that I've been using for the last 2 years. Well, the thing is, this is my strategy. It's what I do in my business. And then, instead of being the kind of very complicated scripts, because I'm a coder as well, rather than just give you something very complex, if I can simplify this and package things up and make your lives easier and everyone's lives easier, then
Yeah.
that's great. That's a huge, huge thing for me to be able to do that. And honestly, I feel very humble that I'm in a position where I can do that. And then it's making a difference in different people's lives. So
Yeah.
to me, that is more reward than any amount of cash in the world.
Well, you've made a difference to me, and I've even been doing coaching. Right now, I have about 30 students, and a lot of it is based on the training that I've received from you. So,
That's great.
so I'm very grateful. You mentioned PinkFresh. That's a product that you're just about to release, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We're launching this on February 27th, and
Okay.
this is a very, very powerful WordPress plugin. As some of you know, I've been doing a lot with WordPress plugins because here's the thing. I've got lots of strategies, lots of methods, and if you've ever been on one of the Inner Circle sessions, and the Ask Sean sessions, I mean, like last night, for example, I talked about a great way, excuse me. I'm sorry, guys, I've been suffering with this cough for the last 3 weeks, so just to show you this is a live recording, not edited. Excuse me, I must take a drink. But as I was saying, like last night, we were talking about a great way to tap into social media to get incredible amounts of traffic. I've got a library and an arsenal of strategies like this. And sometimes, like I mentioned with this one, I can take the strategy, I can automate it, package it up into something like a WordPress plugin, because pretty much all of us have WordPress blogs at some
Right.
stage or in some way. And then just deliver that as an all-encompassing boom. Here's several strategies packaged up for you, as streamlined and as automated as I can make it, with the awesome training to show you how to get the absolute most out of it, and then I deliver that on a silver platter.
Sure.
So,
Well,
Sorry,
what's PinkFresh all about?
well, here's the thing. There's a huge problem with most people's traffic. They don't have any, or it's stagnant, it's stale, it's flatlined, and it's really, really bad. Here's the thing. When you have a website, say you've got, for example, a blog, you may be an affiliate marketer, or you may be selling your own products, maybe you've got a business and you need leads. The thing is that most people's sites are completely stagnant. They have no pulse at all. And what we're doing here with PinkFresh is multiple strategies to bring your site back to life. Several things it does. The first thing it does is it looks at your old content, because what happens is most people, like, they'll have a blog and they'll have like a post every now and then, maybe 2 posts a week, maybe even less in some cases. The problem is that that site is seen by the search engines as dead. The old content drops off in terms of any ranking, or it just doesn't rank at all, because you've put it out there, you've hoped for the best, or you've put it out there, you've maybe promoted it for a little while, but then you've forgotten about that piece of content and it drops off the face of the earth. Doesn't rank, doesn't bring you traffic, doesn't earn you any money. And now, I've got sites, I've got 500 plus sites. Okay. Each one of them with new content. But even still, say I've got a site with 500 posts. My old content is not ranking as well as it used to. The new content might be doing very well. We've got lots of strategies, but I'm giving you an example.
So the older content goes down over time, does it?
Absolutely, yeah, because you're not giving it the attention it needs. So
I'm trying to go without my glasses, by the way, but I can't see you if I take them off. I'm sorry.
There you go. Well, it might be a good thing. You never know.
Yeah.
So the thing with PinkFresh is we want to make your entire site work for you. We take your old content, we push it out in what's called a social sonar pulse. And what this does is takes whatever content you have, old content, new content, your posts, your select pages as well, and it sends it out to over 200 websites saying, hey, check this out. Now these are very high traffic, very high authority sites. Now not only this, it's like sticking a sign up in front of your target market. And this works in any target market because your target market is out there. It can also send it to your Twitter accounts, to Facebook, social accounts and everything else. And it's a continuous announcement about what you have going on and why they need to pay attention. So we do this on a continuous basis every few days. It could be every month, it could be every 2 months. You have a little slider in our control panel where you can determine which content you want to move forwards, which ones you want to boost, and how often. It's very, very powerful.
I've never heard of anything like this.
It's something I've kind of, again, sometimes I've got, although I give a lot, I've also got a lot of strategies I don't talk about.
Well, I've never heard of anything like it. I mean, I've been, as I said, doing internet marketing for 3 years, and I've not heard of another maybe there are other products. I don't know. Maybe you know. But I've not heard of anything like this.
That does anything like this.
Yeah.
Which is,
sounds great.
That's why I do what I do. Is I always come up with these great ideas, and I try and find a way to automate it. And what we just talked about there is the tip of the iceberg. What this does. A few other things I'll quickly kind of cover. So first of all, it'll do that for your old content and new content, basically giving it backlinks. It's also, here's the cool thing, this is Penguin and Panda safe. Although I've been using this for 2 years, with all of the changes in the search engines, a lot of SEO strategies have just taken a nosedive.
Yeah.
This has got stronger and stronger because it's all about social sonar pulses. So what happens there is, it gets out there, gets to all the different areas where that have high authority. They create and increase your social footprint, which is critical in the new era of SEO, which is why a lot of people have failed. And then from that, any new traffic we have coming in, we actually do what's called a social echo. Here's the cool thing. Say, for example, I've got a site right now. Patrick comes to my site and says, just looks at the content. He says, that's great. And he's going through the site. What happens is when he first lands on my site, a little thing happens in the background. And it's basically Patrick saying, this is a good site. And it happens quietly and behind the scenes. And it's basically him doing his own little kind of social sonar pulse on a micro scale. What happens then is this causes a ripple effect, because anyone that sees Patrick's echo that comes to my site creates an echo by themselves. And then again, it just keeps on repeating like that. Now, it's like shouting in a mountain. I use the analogy of the Swiss Alps. If you try and yodel from one mountain, you'll start getting that echo, and you'll hear another echo, but eventually it fades away. But it's great because every new visitor has the potential to bring you more traffic back. So that's one aspect. Here's the flip side of it, though. If they come from a search engine, they promote our page. If they come, say, from, say Patrick's got a website, and he's got a link to my site, and if someone clicks on his link to my site, I know, I know it's not a search engine, I know it's Patrick's site. So instead of promoting my site, I promote his site. I reward him for sending me that traffic. What this does is a win-win situation. It creates authority for Patrick, which in turn makes his link to me more authoritative too, which boosts my ranking because I'm increasing all those direct links that are sending me traffic, and with authority sites linking into me, hopefully all relative to my market, again, that's going to boost my rankings and my authority for whatever we're doing. So some very, very cool things there. Plus, we've got so many features. I'm not going to have to.
Before you go, before you move on, let me ask you a question. I mean, when you think of every time you write a blog post, it's taking you time. If you're doing it manually, it's taking you an hour or so to write a blog post if you optimize it and all that. We all have these great ideas of why we're writing a particular post. We're maybe promoting something, maybe get search AdSense revenue, or whatever. There's a rationale to the investment of time that we put into putting those posts out. So what you're saying is those posts that I wrote a year ago that are probably gone to, I haven't looked at in a long time, and probably nobody's going to see them because they may have faded off. All of a sudden, those become kind of assets again.
Absolutely. That's the whole point. Everyone out there has pages that are not getting traffic, they're not getting looked at,
right.
And they're just dead. They're dead. They're zombies. They're basically losing your ranking. They're hurting your site. They're hurting your profits. We need to make them work again.
Yeah. When you think of the millions of blog posts that we all, with great intentions, created.
And they're not even seen by the search engines, not even ranked, and no chance of doing anything for you. Now, you raised a good point, and I'll tell you about another feature here.
Okay.
If you've got a site from a page from a year ago that has no traffic, even though we're pushing it out there through the social sonar pods, here's the thing: if a search engine has not come to visit that page in, say, 30 days, you can, again, the slider inside the control panel. Here's what we do. If it hasn't been visited by one of the top search engines, we will take that piece of content and we will change its date and put it back to the top. So Patrick's got an article he just mentioned that's, say, 12 months old. It's not doing anything. It's not being visited by the search engines. They've ignored it. So what we do is we take it, we change the date, and we put it back to the top of the stack. So what happens now is it's now internal linked all throughout your site, because if you've got widgets that show, hey, your latest posts and latest ones in the category, or people in the category, they can see all that stuff. When the search engines come back to crawl your site, what they do is they see, oh, I haven't seen this one before, we haven't looked at this one in a while, and boom, it's right there. It's new, it's fresh, and it's going out to all your social sites, to all of your these 200 sites that I'm talking about. It's literally a brand new piece of content. We call that time warp. It's very, very powerful. We've been doing this on, again, I've got a site with over 1,000 posts. And here's the thing. I did this as an experiment. I stopped promotion for 6 months. It's still growing in traffic, just using this ping fresh system, because what it's doing is it's taking the old content that's not being viewed, putting it back to the top. It looks like I'm posting every day, but it's the old content being recycled back to the top.
Oh,
Fantastic and very, very powerful.
It's really cool. It sounds great. I mean, I just think of the assets that any internet marketer has, well, or not necessarily internet marketer, any business for that matter, has put, the assets that they put into their website that aren't working for them, and all of a sudden this kind of gets that whole army of blog posts working for you all over again.
Absolutely. And here's the cool thing. It's all automatic. As soon as you plug this in, a couple of configurations, you don't have to set up any social accounts, you don't have to spend hours begging for guest posts or use expensive software or stress about whatever is coming next from the Google Zoo, like penguin, panda, skunk, weasel, whatever they've got going on. You don't have to spam forums, you don't have to create hundreds of worthless videos or buy or pay for traffic. You can literally just put this in and start seeing real results. Now here's the thing. I could tell you about my results and what I do all day long. Here's the thing. Don't believe me. Don't buy what anyone says to you. So, you know, there's so many, you've seen out there, there's all sorts of like clickbait income shots showing how you can make $15 billion in 20 minutes by pressing a button. We are all very, very jaded. We can spell BS a mile away. So here's what I did. I took this plugin and I gave it to a select group of students and say, hey, try this, put it on your site, and let's look at what you can do. So what we did, we'll show this when we actually launch this, is case studies of where we've had one student who went from almost zero traffic to over 500 visitors a day. Another student who had a reasonable amount of traffic. They were like kind of hovering between 500 and 700 visitors a day. They exploded their traffic between revamping their old content and social echo. They went up to 7,000 visits a day. And again, another one who went from about 100 visits a day to over 1,700 visits a day. So traffic is out there. It's in your market. If you've got content that will attract them, if you've spent, like Patrick said, you expended all these resources and time and effort to write something that's really cool, that can attract people and will provide value, then absolutely you need to get it out there. If it's not out there working for you, it's losing money. You could have lost thousands of dollars over the last few years, maybe even over the last few months, because you haven't got the eyeballs where they need to be. So that's why we put this together. And another thing we do as well, which is very, very cool, you don't know what's happening on your site. You might have the stats package where you've got analytics, or you get clicky or something like that, or you're checking this morning. We're recording this on the 20th. This is launching on the 27th. So even as I'm thinking of new things, I'm putting them in here for everyone. But Bot Spy, basically, excuse me, every time a bot or something happens on your website, we talked about whether it was a search engine visit, or in other words, someone coming from a search engine result, or an external site. But we also know if it's a search engine bot crawling your site. So here's what we do. First of all, we know where they came into. In other words, what page did they land on to go check. Mm-hmm. We know the time, the date, their activity, and we track them over as soon as you install this plugin for many, many months or years or however long you want to track them. And then what happens is every time a bot comes to your site, you'll get a little notice in your email saying, hey, we've just detected this bot. And then in the admin panel, the control panel for this, you can also see like a timeline of traffic over X number of days, 7 weeks, 7 days, 2 weeks, a month, a year, whatever you want to do. So you can literally see over a period of time how much traffic you're getting, how you can see, okay, here we go, boom, 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 boom. And here's the cool thing: if you have a developer license and you have SEO clients, I was explaining this earlier on to someone. You could put it on your client's website. You could have it send an email that's forwarded to them and you, so your client literally sees, which they wouldn't have done before, the bots coming. We've just detected Google bot. Hit this page, and it's been here X number of times today. Or if it was like a foreign bot like Yandex or something like that.
Well, what's the benefit? What's the benefit of knowing how often the bots come?
Here's the cool thing: you get to know, first of all, over a period of time, the increase in call rates from the bots.
Okay.
The benefit to your clients. First of all, you want it for your own information. It's great to know, hey, I'm getting called, I'm getting called, I'm getting called. Oh, Google bot's back here. It's great for your own information to see that increase. For your clients, here's the thing: they weren't knowing what was going on. Most clients, when you're promoting services, you're building stuff that's way in the future, that is going to produce results over a long period of time.
Yep.
And if you don't produce instant results, that creates a negative impression. You could lose that client.
Fair enough. Yeah. So they're actually seeing the activity of what you're providing
in real time. They're getting notices.
Yeah.
And as soon as you've done this for them, they say, oh, Google's been here. They get this. And as soon as their email box fills up with these bots, they'll probably tell you to turn that notification off.
Yeah, they probably will.
The cool thing is they're seeing real live social proof.
Yes.
And real life proof that things are happening. What you're implementing is working. So for your clients, it's a great psychological boost. For you guys, if you're installing it on your own sites, you're seeing literally, oh, look, I'm being hit by Google. It's been here 3 times today. Next time, and you keep that in your mind, or you can track it through the graphs we have, and you can see the top keywords that you're being found for, because we track that as well. So if you get to know which keywords you're being found for, that means you can optimize your content a little bit for that. We also track, okay, which are the top bots for the last, period of days, which bots are giving you the most love, and you can see which pages, the last activity. It's a great thing to look really at a click, visually, this is what's happening with my site now that I've installed Pinfish. It's very, very powerful. Most stats packages will not give you this amount of detail.
Right.
And they don't
none that I have. None that I have give me that. So, well, that's great. Hey, I'm looking forward to jumping on this myself. I mean, I can now see the benefit for me and for my clients, and I can't think of a reason for me not to implement it on my client sites or my own. And I think of all of those assets. I mean, there's thousands of posts on these sites that, frankly, tend to fade away, or at least a big chunk of them fade away. So why not take advantage? We put a lot of effort and time and money into them in the first place.
Exactly.
Let's freshen them up. Yeah.
That's exactly it. I mean, we've barely scratched the surface of all the features in here. So when the launch day rolls around, which is February 27th at 12 p.m. EST, you'll be able to see all of the stuff that we do, all of the strategies we rolled in here, and all the stuff and the ways it can help you get laser-targeted traffic, increase your rankings, increase your social footprint, literally draw in new traffic like a magnet in any market and any niche. There's so much in here.
And how much time did you think, as far as somebody to implement it? I mean, I know installing WordPress plugin is not much, but is there any implementation work or very little?
You can be set up in under 30 seconds. Literally, as soon as you plug it in, it's ready to rock. It's like I say, you don't have to go create hundreds of social sites. We created Syndication Rockstar, which was very, very focused at content syndication to Web 2.0 accounts. You had to go
Right.
create those accounts. So that had a high setup time. With this strategy, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. Now, you can go into the control panel and customize a few things, but in terms of that, it probably take you less than 30 seconds.
Oh, wonderful.
You go through the training video, we show you, we've got a whole lot of training material, we've got all sorts of resources we're putting together, like best practices, we show you some great strategies to get the most. So, I mean, like one gentleman we had that had 7,000 visits a day, he implemented one of those strategies that we share in one of the guides. I mean, this is going to be launched, I'm going to tell you right now, very, very cheap. I mean, this is worth at least $97. With all the stuff that's in here that I'm putting in here and I'm adding to it, it's worth a lot more. You can imagine how much 7,000 visitors a day would be worth to you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we're releasing this at a pre-launch price, which means that it's going to be very cheap, very affordable, and I'll tell you right now, anything else at this price level doesn't pale in, it's barely even a grain of sand on the beach compared to what we do here. It is incredible, and I'm very, as you can tell, I'm very enthusiastic about it.
Are you enthusiastic about it, Sean?
You can tell. Here's the thing as well, and this is something that most people won't tell you. This isn't built by a team who has no idea about marketing. A lot of marketers out there right now will put together something in with an outsourcer in India.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong, I have development teams all over the world. This is something I personally program. I'm a coder myself as well, as all the other hats I wear. So this is something I personally built. Every line of code in this is written by me to make sure it's absolutely the best quality, most powerful plugin that you can get. So you want to make sure that when you check this out, you go on February 27th, you go grab your copy of this, have a look at it, make sure it's for you. If you don't need traffic, if you are happy with the traffic you got, and if you're thinking, okay, I don't need more traffic, then this is not for you.
Yeah, right.
This is for people who are fed up with all the Google changes. They know they're not getting enough content. They need more content, and they need a way to set it and forget it. Before I forget, one other thing we've added into this one, adding in right now, is with the developer's license, even if you haven't got clients and you don't need this, we also have a whole load of very special features that are only in the developer license. It's kind of like the unlocked. We'll call it the difference between Lite and Pro, okay?
Yeah.
In the Pro version, we also integrate many other third-party systems, so you can get automated social bookmarking, automatic link building, and lots of other stuff. And if you've got Syndication Rockstar, we're also going to integrate it. So not only do you have all this sonic sonar, or the social sonar pulse, you also can integrate it directly into requeuing stuff within Syndication Rockstar. So again, you also get another flood of stuff there as well. And we're adding to this continuously. Like all my plugins, I want to keep adding features to make it the best of the best. So one thing is when you get a copy of this, whether you get the multi-site version, which allows you to install it on 10 sites that you own, your own sites, or the developer version, which is unlimited licenses and unlimited developer licenses, so you can install it on your client sites and everything else. You literally will get all updates for free, all new features that are added at your level, and literally we keep supporting and updating and creating these plugins to the highest standard. Plus, one thing we're doing right now is, yes, these automatically update. WordPress has helped us out a little bit on that one. So whenever there's a new update, boom, it automatically updates. And the other cool thing is that because we integrate and we're creating like a series of these kind of plugins that interact with each other, they complement each other. So we're adding new services in the third-party end. You can also promote, with a developer license, your social media accounts. So say, for example, you've got a Twitter account, you've got a YouTube channel, you've got a Facebook account, grab your RSS feed, put that in here as well, and not only do we boost your content in the site, we also boost all of your posts in your social media.
So it'll take all those posts and put them out to your Twitter feed and so forth? Is that the
It's
answer?
kind of like
Okay.
retweeting yourself or
Okay, got it.
Facebooking yourself. The cool thing
Yeah.
is you can have multiple accounts that send out over time.
Yeah.
And it just increases the authority of every one of those external links,
Yeah,
which
sure.
will drive traffic back to you. So
Sure.
you're basically creating your own tsunami over a period of time. And that's what it's all about. We want to make this as automated and as hassle-free as possible to get you the absolute best results in terms of traffic, rankings, and literally reviving all of that dead content that's hurting your products.
Right. Hey, well, Sean, look, first of all, thank you for taking the time and explaining it. I'm excited about it, and, you know, I'm sure a lot of the people that are listening, I mean, I can't think of a reason not to do this, so we might as well end our session. I just, again, want to thank you, and I'm Patrick Batty, he's Sean Donahoe, and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
As I say, February 27th, 12 p.m. EST, doors will open, and you'll see